A portrait of myself through all the objects I own. Everything is a performance. The self is a performance. Our relations to other beings is a performance. These performances are produced by the self, but guided by our individual and collective socio-cultural contexts. This idea will be explored through the film 20th Century Women, directed by Mike Mills.
I figured out how to be looked at by men and how to make them excited and uncomfortable. I was so cocky and I was so angry and I was so happy.
Growing up is all about figuring out your place in the world. 20th Century Women is unique as a coming of age story because it highlights the coming of age of not just the adolescent, in this case Jamie, it also showcases the past coming of age of Abby, a boarder in the family home, the concurrent coming of age of Julie, his close friend, as well as Jamie's mother, Dorothea, who is rediscovering what it is to come of age vicariously through her child. Dorothea says, I know him less every day, so is attempting to curate spaces and people for which Jamie can learn how to be in the world as an adult, and more specifically as a man. Dorothea asks, how do you be a good man? In an ever evolving world where the socio-cultural norms of gender are constantly in review and under the scrutiny of ideological focused rhetoric, there is no one clear answer, and the film rejects the idea of an essential meaning and instead revels in unknowability. Glista, 2024. The film instead relies on the ideological perspective of feminism and resistance as a form of achieving this paradigmal shift away from stationing the patriarchy as the dominant social model. Sutherland and Felty, 2016. This film dethrones the patriarchy. Julie asks, don't you need a man to raise a man? Dorothea responds matter-of-factly, no, I don't think so, as she is enlisting the help of the two women within her and Jamie's community to help raise her son. Dorothea is the matriarch of the family, and instead of using the patriarchy to inform her decisions, she rebels against these norms and instead embraces the changing socio-cultural rhetoric that defines masculinity.
Men always feel like they have to fix things for women or they're not doing anything, but some things just can't be fixed. Just be there. Somehow that's hard for all of you.
While this film as a whole challenges traditional ideas of masculinity and explores the complexities of women's lives, it also reveals how this is received by the men within it. Having your way of thinking and the way you are perceived in the world described to you is jarring.
No, I'm not all men. Okay, I'm just me.
Well, yes and no.
Jamie's sense of masculinity and who he is as a man is being challenged. He exists in the world as a man, which has social pressures attached due to the rules of living in a patriarchal society. However, because of the changing cultural atmosphere of the 70s in the USA, he is being handed an alternate way of understanding and of being in the world he lives in. This is all guided by his mother and the women she enlists to help raise him, who are also existing within the same patriarchal structures as him, but that have each come to resist and rebel in their own ways. Abby supplies Jamie with feminist texts. Julie embraces sex and teaches Jamie how women are treated and viewed by men in sexual contexts. Jamie says, I don't want to just have sex with you, I want you. Julie responds, but it's your version of me, it's not me. It would be a lot better if you just wanted sex. You are exactly like the other guys, you just seem like you're all modern. Julie is challenging Jamie's views around women, specifically in the ways in which he desires her, as well as how he perceives her and tries to influence her to be what he wants her to be. This helps teach Jamie that if he wants to be with a woman, he can't control her, alongside the lessons from Abby.
If you ever want to have an adult relationship with a woman, like if you want to have sex with a woman's vagina, you need to be comfortable with the fact that the vagina menstruates.
Reminding Jamie that women are whole people with bodily autonomy, not just instruments of his own or any man's sexual gratification. 20th Century Woman displays resistance not just in the form of characterization and dialogue, but also through the narrative film techniques of story structure, soundtrack, and set design. This film has a non-linear narrative structure, a form of resistance in itself. This structure enhances the storytelling by reminding the audience that life and learning and rebelling against societal structures is not a linear journey. Engaging in sociocultural ideological discourse and resisting dominant structures is inherently difficult. This film craftily demonstrates the messiness of life, the messiness of growing up, of raising a child, especially as a single mother, and of standing up and resisting systems that no longer work for you. Dargis, 2016.
Can't things just be pretty?
Pretty music is used to hide how unfair and corrupt society is.
The music presented in this film is another strong indicator of both identity and resistance. Eras of music are shown to relate to different characters and are representative of resistance. For Dorothea, songs by Fred Astaire and Louis Armstrong are played, demonstrating her affinity for the past and the time that she grew up in as a person born in 1924, in a way underscoring her slight resistance to change.
Do I seem stuck to you?
For Abby, music and dancing is integral to her resistance to fascist, sexist, capitalistic society. Her self-discography includes punk bands like The Raincoats, Susie and the Banshees, and Talking Heads. Altogether, 20th Century Woman is a celebration of resistance. It is a love letter to mothers and the people that raise us. It is a reminder that resistance is important, whether it be in our personal lives, the way we understand those around us, or even the way we structure and soundtrack our films.